My mom burst into my bedroom a little after midnight, switched on the light and said, "Your aunt is crying on the phone. You need to tell us what you've been posting before your dad completely loses it." I shot upright so quickly the room spun. Dad was standing behind her, holding the phone I always left charging downstairs. He walked inside, placed it on my desk, and turned the screen toward me. An Instagram profile I had never created was open. The username was a twisted version of my cousin Leah's name, and the account had been targeting her for almost a month. There were pictures of Leah from 8th grade when she was heavier, cruel comments about her skin, and a message from 2 nights earlier, telling her that everyone would be better off without her. Leah was only 15. She had already been struggling since her father left and had been seeing a counselor regularly. "That isn't mine," I said instantly. Dad stared at me. "It's logged into your phone." His voice was frighteningly calm. "It's right there." I took the phone and opened the account switcher. Sure enough, the fake profile was sitting beside my actual account. Every message had been sent during evenings when I was supposedly alone upstairs in my room. "Someone else did this," I said. "I swear I have never touched that account." Mom's expression collapsed. She told me my aunt had found Leah sitting in the bathtub that night, fully dressed and crying. Leah had been receiving those messages for weeks without telling anyone. My stomach turned. I loved Leah. She had practically grown up in our house during summer vacations. The next morning, my parents took me to meet a counselor named Mr. Oa. Before school even opened, they had already spread printed screenshots across his desk. He asked whether I understood how serious the situation was. I told him I did. Then he asked why the account was connected to my phone. I said I had no idea, and when he wrote something in his notebook, I knew exactly what he was thinking. That weekend, everything became even worse. Dad searched my laptop and discovered a folder containing old pictures of Leah. Some were embarrassing photos, some had been cropped, and several had been edited. They were the exact pictures appearing on the fake account. Mom could barely look at me. My 12-year-old sister Mia stayed beside her all weekend. When I begged Mia to tell them I would never do something like this, she wouldn't even meet my eyes. Mom pulled her closer whenever I came near, as though she believed I might hurt her. My aunt stopped answering our calls. Leah blocked me everywhere. Then on Wednesday night, I overheard Dad talking to a boarding school in another state. "We don't know if we can trust her here anymore," he said. Friday afternoon, our families attended a meeting at Leah's school with her counselor and the district's IT coordinator. My parents sat on one side of the conference table. My aunt and Leah sat opposite them, while Mia stayed pressed against Mom. I was alone at the end of the table, feeling like everyone had already decided I was guilty. The IT coordinator, Ms. Grant, asked for my phone. She requested the email connected to the Instagram account, and then checked its login history. Nobody had thought to do that during the previous 3 weeks. While my family was falling apart, she scrolled silently for several seconds before stopping. "This account has been used on 2 separate devices," she said. "One is this phone. The other is a tablet. Both devices have connected through the same home Wi-Fi." She explained that nearly every login had come from the tablet, while my phone had only been used 4 days earlier. "I don't own a tablet," I said. Ms. Grant continued examining the records. The tablet had been accessing the account almost every night between 9 and 11. Then she found something else. The fake account had been added to my phone last Sunday at 11:47 p.m. "I was asleep at that time," I said. Then I remembered something. My phone had been charging in the kitchen that night. I slowly turned toward Mia. Everyone followed my gaze. She had gone completely still, and tears were already filling her eyes. Mom's voice became barely a whisper. "Mia, do you have a tablet?" Mia broke down immediately. She confessed that she had been using Dad's old tablet, the one sitting forgotten in the junk drawer. Then she admitted why she had created the account and spent weeks attacking Leah. A month earlier, I had told our parents that Leah had secretly taken Mia to a party where several older high school students were present. Mia had been grounded for 2 weeks, lost her phone, and blamed both Leah and me for ruining her summer. "You ruined everything," she screamed through her tears. "Both of you did. Nobody cared what happened to me?" For several seconds, nobody moved. Leah was crying quietly across the table, and my aunt had one hand covering her mouth. Then Dad suddenly stood, walked around the table, and pulled me into a hug so hard that I could barely breathe. I felt his hand shaking against my back. On the drive home, neither of us spoke for several minutes. Finally, Dad looked straight ahead and said quietly, "About that boarding school we called?" He paused. "We were trying to send away the wrong daughter."